Alright, so what's your name?
My name's Carney.
Cool. And so what's the difference in food sovereignty and food security?
Okay, so I'm going to relay a 90-second version of how food security is different from food sovereignty. So food security has the definition of adequate access at all times to enough food to meet basic needs. So affordability and food safety are important components of food security. However, food security has been used by governments and multinational organizations to address the hunger and food insecurity that we have globally, but from a very top-down approach. So people at the ground level have had very little participation in food security policies historically. So it's considered to be a very exclusionary framework for addressing food insecurity and hunger, and doesn't really take into account the cultural sensitivities, the cultural and social acceptability by way of which people acquire their food, and it also has no component of right discourse. So it's needs-based, meaning we meet people's needs calorically, but not that people have a right to food. So food sovereignty is a radically different framework from food security, and it's really about redistributing or reconfiguring power in the food system to initiate from the ground up. So it's very grassroots. Food sovereignty in its basic definition, like put forth by Via Campesina, the transnational leader for the food sovereignty movement, is that food sovereignty empowers people to act on their right to food. So it's the human right to food, and it's the people's right to determine their own food policies. So that governments or multilateral organizations like the World Bank, the IMF, the FAO do not decide how people are going to eat, when they're going to eat, what they're going to eat, that is a regionally and culturally specific task, and that communities want to take it upon themselves to exercise food sovereignty. So why is this all important? Well, community food security work is about empowering communities to engineer their own solutions to food insecurity and hunger and production problems, corporate control in the food system. Food sovereignty is about removing that corporate control of the food system, restoring power for democratically organized food systems, and really doing so in a way that is culturally and socially and spiritually, economically acceptable, and environmentally acceptable. So there's the short history breakdown of these two different sort of approaches to our global food problems.
Right on. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.